where are you going? That's kind of the big question to ask as we get to the end of this series on the afterlife. We've been talking for the last few weeks about what is often called heaven and hell, paradise in God's presence or judgment apart from His presence. And really in the Bible it comes down to two different destinations. It comes down to being with the Lord forever or being in judgment forever, much like this sign here. You can go two ways, but really only two ways. Those are kind of the options. So this past week I addressed a bunch of the questions that had come up over the series so far. I talked about the question about what the criteria is for where we end up. Is it getting to a certain moral standard that we could never figure out and never know if we're actually there, or is it grace? Then we talked about the role of works. How does that fit in? Does how we live actually matter? Does it make any difference in eternity? And I said, well, it doesn't save you. It does make a difference. It does matter. And then finally, we asked the question, what about those who have never heard? What about those who have never consciously kind of put their faith in Jesus because they didn't get the opportunity to? And I suggested on the basis of some scripture passages that God's standard is what we have done, how we have responded to the revelation that He has given us. So with all of these things that we've talked about, with everything we talked about on Sunday, my kind of parting question for you this week would be, how can you know where you're going to end up? And that's it.